When you think of the oldest pyramid in the world, you probably picture this, right? The majestic pyramids of Giza, or maybe the step pyramid of Djoser, stone sentinels that have watched over the Egyptian desert for more than 4,500 years. They're the symbol of antiquity, the starting point of monumental architecture. Well, what if I told you that you could be wrong? The structure that might be the oldest pyramid, and according to some, the largest on the planet, might not be in Egypt at all. It could be hiding in plain sight beneath this mysterious hill in Indonesia. Its name is Gunung Padang.
We're talking about a megastructure that, according to one highly controversial theory, could be up to 27,000 years old, a date that wouldn't just make it thousands of years older than any other known construction, but would force us to rewrite every history book. When a team of scientists published what they believed was definitive proof, their study was pulled by the very scientific journal that printed it, citing a serious error and setting off a furious worldwide battle over the truth of our origins. Are we looking at proof of a lost Ice Age civilization or one of the biggest archaeological blunders of our time? To understand it, we have to travel to the island of Java and dig up a mystery that threatens to change everything.
In the province of West Java, Indonesia, there rises a hill the locals have known for centuries. Its name, in Sundanese, Gunung Padang, translates to Mountain of Enlightenment. For the people who live there, it has always been a sacred site, a place of pilgrimage. At first glance, it doesn't look like a pyramid. What you see on the surface is an enormous megalithic complex, considered the largest in Southeast Asia. 5 stone terraces climb the hill, connected by nearly 400 andesite steps. The terraces are covered in thousands of basalt rock columns with almost perfect polygonal shapes. They look like they were placed there on purpose. The site was first documented by Dutch explorers in the late 19th century, but for decades it was ignored by the international community. The official explanation was simple. Gunung Padang was a ceremonial site built on top of a natural hill, probably an extinct volcano. The visible terraces, it was believed, were at most a few thousand years old. No one seriously questioned the hill itself. It was a mound, and on top of it, our ancestors built a place of worship, a logical explanation that fit perfectly into the timeline of human history. Civilization, with its agriculture and its ability to create large structures, began about 11,000 years ago. The first confirmed pyramid, Djoser's in Egypt, dates to around 2650 BC. Before that, it was assumed there were only small communities of hunter-gatherers, incapable of organizing something so massive.
But that comfortable explanation was about to blow up, because beneath those terraces, something didn't add up, and an Indonesian geologist was about to dedicate his life to proving it. The man who lit the fuse of the controversy is Dr. Hilman Natawidjaja, a geologist at the Indonesian Institute of Sciences. His specialty wasn't archaeology, but earthquakes, yet it was his knowledge of the Earth's layers that made him suspicious of Gunung Padang. In 2011, his team began investigating the site using technology that lets you see what's underneath without digging. They used a combination of geophysical methods, ground-penetrating radar, which maps the subsurface, electrical resistivity tomography to detect different materials and possible chambers, and seismic tomography, which works like an ultrasound to map the hill's internal structure. The results were, to put it mildly, striking. Where there should have been a chaotic mass of volcanic rock, the scans revealed patterns, geometry, straight lines, the outlines of large spaces, and, most incredible of all, signs of multiple layers, stacked one on top of another, like the layers of an onion. The data suggested the existence of huge chambers or cavities hidden almost 30 meters underground.
To confirm this, the team moved to the next phase, core drilling. They extracted long cylindrical samples of soil and rock from different depths. What they found seemed to confirm the readings. The layers didn't look like natural deposits. They looked like distinct construction phases. The team identified 4 main layers. Unit 1, the shallowest, was the visible terraces, dated to about 3,000 to 4,000 years old. Unit 2, deeper down, appeared to be another construction layer from around 7,500 to 8,300 years ago. Further down, Unit 3 yielded dates of more than 9,000 years. But the real bombshell was at the bottom, Unit 4, the very core of the structure, at depths of up to 30 meters. According to Natawidjaja's team, it was a formation of andesite lava that had been meticulously carved, and the soil samples pulled from these depths returned dates that seemed impossible. The dates from the deepest layers were so old they defied all known history. The team used radiocarbon dating on organic material pulled from the drill cores, and the results indicated that the earliest construction stages might date back an incredible span, somewhere between 16,000 and 27,000 years ago. In October 2023, after years of research, Natawidjaja and his team published their findings in the prestigious journal Archaeological Prospection. The article's headline was a declaration of war on conventional history. Their conclusion was explosive. Gunung Padang wasn't a natural hill at all. It was an artificial pyramid in its entirety, built in multiple phases over thousands of years. The oldest phase dated back to the last ice age. That would make it, without question, the oldest pyramid in the world, surpassing Djoser's by more than 20,000 years. The implications were monumental. If this were true, it would mean an incredibly advanced civilization existed during the Ice Age, capable of building a mountain-sized structure thousands of years before the invention of agriculture. The article claimed the discovery challenges the conventional belief that human civilization and the development of advanced construction techniques emerged only with the advent of agriculture. The idea echoed the theories of authors like Graham Hancock, who actually featured Natawidjaja's work in his Netflix series Ancient Apocalypse. The archaeology world held its breath. For a moment, it seemed the definitive proof had finally arrived. But the celebration didn't last long. Almost as fast as the discovery was announced, the counterattack began. The study's publication set off a storm of criticism. Archaeologists and geologists around the world showed not just skepticism, but outright opposition to its conclusions. The main point of contention was the dating. Critics argued the team had made a fundamental mistake. They had dated the organic soil filling the gaps between the rocks, not human-made artifacts found within those deep layers. And why is that a problem? Because soil isn't static. Organic material can be carried down into deeper layers by water over thousands of years. Dating a soil sample from 30 meters down only proves the age of that material, which could have gotten there through entirely natural processes. As one archaeologist pointed out, no evidence of human activity, like charcoal from hearths or fragments of bone, was found in those extremely old samples.
Another powerful argument came from geologists. They pointed out that Gunung Padang sits in a volcanic region, and that basalt column formations are a natural phenomenon known as columnar jointing. It happens when lava cools and fractures into geometric shapes. The alternative theory was that Gunung Padang is essentially the neck of an ancient volcano. The rocks Natawidjaja interpreted as walls might simply be rocks that broke off and rolled down the hillside. The pressure on the journal Archaeological Prospection became immense. In March 2024, the editors made a drastic decision. They retracted the article.
In the retraction notice, the editor stated the article contained a major error. They explained that the radiocarbon dating had been applied to soil samples that weren't associated with any artifact that could be interpreted as man-made. Therefore, they concluded, the interpretation that the site is an ancient pyramid built 9,000 or more years ago is incorrect. It was a devastating blow. It's worth noting that Natawidjaja's team disagreed, standing by their work and their interpretation. But for the vast majority of the scientific community, the case was closed.
With the 27,000-year pyramid theory discredited by scientific consensus, what does that leave us with? The most widely accepted explanation today is a mix of geology and archaeology. Most experts agree that the base of Gunung Padang is in fact a natural formation, most likely the neck of an extinct volcano that developed columnar jointing naturally. Much, much later, a few thousand years ago, humans arrived at this strangely distinctive hill. Recognizing its uniqueness, they chose it as a sacred site. Using the abundant basalt columns the hill itself provided, they reshaped the summit, building the 5 terraces we see today.
In essence, they didn't build the mountain, they dressed it. They transformed it from a natural wonder into a ceremonial center. That doesn't take away from its importance one bit.
Gunung Padang is still the largest megalithic complex in Indonesia and a testament to the skill of the region's ancient cultures. It's simply not proof of a lost Ice Age civilization. The confirmed oldest pyramid in the world is still exactly where it's always been, in the Egyptian desert. The Step Pyramid of Djoser, built around 2650 BC, keeps its title. The story of Gunung Padang is a fascinating lesson in how science actually works and in our eternal desire to find answers in the past. It shows us a bold theory that captured the world's imagination, but ultimately couldn't survive the rigorous verification process the scientific method demands. It leaves us with a question hanging in the air. Is Gunung Padang the key to a forgotten past that science refuses to see? Or is it the perfect example of how the desire to believe in the extraordinary can lead us to misread the evidence?
If mysteries like this fascinate you, subscribe so you don't miss the next journey into the unknown. And now, leave us your opinion in the comments. Do you think we're looking at a historical discovery that got silenced or a massive scientific mistake? The debate is open.